What role do genetics play in CFS personalized nutrition? Imagine your genes as a blueprint that influences many parts of your health, including how your body responds to food. When it comes to chronic fatigue syndrome and myalgic encephalomyelitis, or CFS, genetics are believed to play a part in how the condition develops and how individuals might respond to different diets. But it's important to remember that genetics are just one piece of a very complex puzzle. Research shows that people with CFS often carry certain genetic variations, especially in genes related to immune function and how pain is perceived. These differences suggest that there is a biological basis for the illness, not just psychological factors. However, no single gene or set of genes has been identified as the cause of CFS. Instead, it appears that many genes, each with a small effect, may contribute to a person's susceptibility. This makes it difficult to use genetics alone to diagnose or predict who will develop the condition. Scientists are still exploring how genetics influence CFS. Some early studies suggested specific genetic risk factors, but many of these findings have not been confirmed in larger, more rigorous research. Overall, the current understanding is that genetics may increase the likelihood of developing CFS, but environmental factors like infections, stress, or other triggers are also necessary for the illness to manifest. Now, when it comes to personalized nutrition, the idea is to tailor diets based on an individual's genetic makeup. In other health conditions like diabetes or heart disease, genetic testing can help identify how someone metabolizes fats, vitamins, or minerals. This information can guide more effective dietary choices. For people with CFS, this approach is still in the early stages. There is no proven genetic test that can reliably predict nutritional needs or responses in these conditions yet. Some researchers are investigating how genes involved in fat metabolism or immune regulation might influence symptoms or nutritional responses in CFS. For example, certain lipid profiles or gene variations could, in theory, help guide dietary strategies focused on improving energy production or reducing inflammation. But these ideas are still experimental and not part of standard medical care. Right now, most nutritional advice for managing CFS focuses on general healthy eating principles. This includes eating nutrient-dense foods, avoiding known food sensitivities, balancing macronutrients to support stable energy levels, and addressing any nutritional deficiencies with the help of healthcare professionals. While future research might allow us to use genetic information to personalize diets more precisely, today it's best to work with a healthcare provider to develop a plan suited to your individual needs. It's also crucial to remember that CFS are highly individual conditions. What works for one person might not work for another. Genetics may influence susceptibility and response, but lifestyle, environment, and overall health play significant roles too. Always consult with qualified healthcare professionals before making major dietary changes or considering genetic testing. They can help interpret any results and create a safe, effective plan tailored to your unique situation. In summary, genetics do seem to influence how susceptible someone is to CFS, especially through genes related to immune response and pain. But the genetic contribution is complex and not yet fully understood. While personalized nutrition based on genetics is an exciting area of research, it remains a future possibility rather than a current standard. For now, focusing on balanced, nutritious eating and working closely with healthcare providers is the best way to manage symptoms and support overall health. As science advances, we may see more tailored approaches that incorporate genetic insights, but patience and professional guidance are key.